didn't come, amen, to please you. I come to set a sword. Yeah. Let not my will, but let thy will be done. Say it. The Bible said just speak the word. Hey, before you can speak the word, I'm going to tell you not to get delivered. Speak the word. Jesus said in St. John Gospel 15, he all clean through the word. That word wash you, baby. That word wash you, man. I'm convinced the reason why we are not prospering the way the word said, we refuse to give up. We refuse to let go. We refuse to acknowledge that we limited God. But our apostle is an example. He has showed us over and over and over and over and over that he had taken the limit off of God, because God can do anything. Lift your hands and say, help me, Lord. Oh, I feel it. I feel it. Listen, let's go with me to the book of Haggai. The book of Haggai. Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk to you. And I'm going to get out of your way. But before I get out of your way, I'm going to drop the bomb in your lap. Because one of the things, may I say, I see about God, and that is that God said, you tell my people, if they start obeying me, if they take the limit off of me, and God told me to tell every man in Monument. Yesterday he was speaking to him. He said, tell every man in Monument, take the limit off of me. When I said sow a seed, I want you to sow it. Don't question me. Don't ask me nothing, just sow it. And he said, if you sow it without mumbling and grumbling, he said, watch what I do for you. You see, God said, the whole city of Chicago going to be so shaken up, because when the new church go up, the beams go up and the new church go up. You're talking about a church with glass where people can just, they can see this and they can see people walking. They can say, that's the church, yeah. Girl, look at all of them. I didn't know that church was made like that, because you wasn't the one he gave the vision to. I see the church in the Spirit of God. I see it. Beautiful church, but glass going around. Proof glass, bulletproof, windproof, mercy proof, grace proof. And I can see people all over, from California all the way to the East Coast, coming from the South, North, East, and West, coming to pay tribute to a man of God that the devil had told him he cannot do it, but he's alive and the truth ain't in him. Lift them hands and say, help me, Lord. In the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 2, let us see how this can be done. Let us see how this new church, this vision. Let us see how it can be done. Let us go to the book of Hezekiah, chapter 1, verse 2. Thus spake the Lord of hosts, saying, this people said the time is not come. The time that the Lord's house should be built. That's where we got the delay, Pastor. Somebody's still grumbling. Come on. Somebody's still grumbling. Pastor ain't asked me nothing. Pastor ain't had nothing to do with what God given me. He didn't even ask me what my subject was. But I come to tell you that God told me to tell every man and every woman in Monument of Faith, if you begin to obey me, I will go beyond your tithes and offering. I remember the days when we didn't have nothing but just our rent money, you know. And when we gave up all that we had, God turned around and gave us an increase before we got out the church. How did that happen? Because our life lined it up with the Word of God. Look at somebody and say, line up with the Word. See, the people saying this ain't time. It ain't time. It ain't time to build a new church. It is time. It been time. The devil had put all kinds of folks in the way. But God told me to tell Monument of Faith members, and that include me, that we got to get more behind him and lift this load. So the vision that God had signed to his hand, which is responsibility, God had now made us to be responsible with him. Somebody say, help me, Lord. Notice in verse 3, then come the word of the Lord by Hezekiah the prophet, saying, is it time for you, O ye, dwell in your sealed houses, in this house of the Lord lie waste? Well, I heard the deacon this morning. Y'all give $25, $17, $10, $2, whatever. Don't insult me. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to show you that maybe some of you might remember when I would drive all the way from New York, I have a load of saints in the car, just drive. I just have enough gas to get here and get back. And God said, I want you to take that $200, $300 to my servant. And I did it. Now common sense would say, is something wrong with your mind? You're going to drive 900 and something miles to bring a man of God $300? The water did it.